Hello everybody, my name is Gabby. I'm an occupational therapist. I'm part of the evaluation team here. And we also have Maria, who's an infant toddler developmental specialist.
Good morning. Welcome everyone to our training.
Yes, so we're gonna be looking at the cognitive section of the DAISY 2. We're gonna be starting off with ages birth to 11 months, which is going to be focusing on items 1 to 18, okay? We want to make sure we are observing all of these items. We want to see the child actually doing the skill, except for item number 15. That is the one exception that you can ask the parent if the child is doing at home, and we want to make sure we ask them if they're doing it consistently, like they're seeing it happen consistently. So we're going to start with item number 1. We want to start with the child, laying down on their back on the mat. It says turning their head or eyes to visually explore their environment or surroundings. So you're kind of just looking at the child at this point, observing them, if they're, moving their little head to explore their environment or their little eyes, okay?
Exactly, and in order for them for the child to get credit, this is a skill that he or she should be doing consistently, and you're observing throughout the evaluation. If you feel that the child is, or the baby or the infant is not doing this consistently, this is something that we want to observe. So if not, that should be like an emerging skill, meaning it will be a 0.
Item number 2 is moving hands to the mouth. Of course, again, you want to see them doing this, right? So are they bringing their little hands to the mouth? And of course, you want to go ahead and ask the parents if they're seeing this at home consistently also. If it's something that's happening consistently, it would be a 1. If it's something that's maybe just starting, it might be emerging, so it would be a 0 for that case.
Exactly, and it's important also to take in consideration that it should be with intent, not the fact that the child is bringing their hands, his or her hands, to the mouth due to the positioning. Okay, so it's also important to take that into consideration.
Item number 3 is looking at an object for at least 3 seconds. So we want to use a black and white toy for this item. It can be something like this or like this that has black and white in it. We want to make sure we organize the child's little head, so make sure it's in the middle, and you just bring a toy, not too close or not too far, and see how long are they looking at it for. So you want to see them just looking at it for a few seconds, okay? And then again, if they're doing that skill and it's happening consistently at home and here, you'll give it a 1. If it's something that maybe is just starting, it would be a 0.
Exactly.
Item number 4, we're again going to use a black and white toy. It's watching an object move slowly through his or her line of sight. So you're going to start with the toy in the middle. If you need to organize their little head, that's okay. You want to make sure they're looking at the toy first, and then we're going to slowly move to one side. Make sure they're following the toy all the way down to the floor. And then we're going to come back up to the middle and move towards the other side. You can wiggle it a little to get their attention, but not too hard where the toy is starting to make a lot of sound. And back to the middle. So that's item number 4. You can observe it once or twice if the child's having a little bit of a hard time. If they're doing it nicely and if parents are saying it's happening consistently at home, you can give them a 1. If it's something that's just emerging or starting, it would be a 0.
Exactly. And remember, it's always good to not too close, not too far. Like Gabby said, it's about 12 inches, and not too fast or not too slow. Okay. And again, all these skills, we want to observe them. I mean, you can always confirm, like Ariela is indicating, but if you don't see the child doing these skills here, this is the cognitive section. We want to ensure that we're seeing them while we evaluate them. Okay.
Yes. So now item number 5 is looking back and forth between 2 objects. Again, we want to make sure we're using, some black and white toys. That's what babies are seeing right now. We'll start with one toy directly in front of the child's line of sight. Again, not too close, not too far. And the other one off to one of the sides a little bit. So you're just going to shake the toy a little bit. Okay, and then you're going to shake the second object a little bit. Not too much where the noise is happening. And then see if they look back and forth. You want to turn the head, Maria. So this way.
More this way. Right there.
Shake, shake, shake. And then shake the second toy. And the child's looking. Shake the first toy. And then shake the second one. Perfect. So you want to make sure they're looking back and forth between those two objects.
Exactly, and they do that consistently. Remember, you can try these skills at least twice, 2 times to ensure the child is actually has, obtained that skill.
Item number 6 is the child inspecting their own hands. Again, this is something we want to see here. Are they looking to their hands and kind of watching it, kind of exploring their body.
Touching them, bringing them to their mouth as well. And remember, this, you can always change the child's position. If it's a baby, you can always do this also and see, if the child is doing this skill also in a different position, while he is, placed in a supported seating and things like that. So you can, this skill, you can definitely do that as well, while you or the parent is having the child supported in a seated position.
Yes. Item number 7 is holding a toy placed in the hand for 10 to 15 seconds, right? So with these, we want to make sure they're very thin toys, something that the baby can hold, right? So like this little ring or this type of ring also, right? So we will put it in their hands. It can be either hand and see how long they're holding it by themselves, right? You can try the other hand too and see if they're able to hold it with that hand also. But we just need to at least see one hand. And they hold it. Okay. For that 10 to 15 second range.
And the child will get a 1 if he's able to do it. If he's able to hold the object for at least 10 to 15 seconds. If it's less than 10 seconds, it will be a 0.
So item number 8 is, are they bringing toys to the mouth, right? Are they mouthing those toys? So again, you can use something like this, these small light rings. We don't want nothing too heavy. So are they by themselves bringing little toys to the mouth, starting to explore? Again, this one, like Maria said earlier, can be done in sitting too. If the child's able to sit, are they bringing little toys to their mouth? And this one's very important to ask if it's happening at home also. If they're starting to do that at home too.
Exactly. Again, we want to see consistency and frequency. So if you're seeing it here, you can always confirm. But if we don't see it here, the child won't get credit.